I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't think of like a good intro for this video, so I think we're just gonna cut to the Dog was released in 2022. It was written by Reed Carolyn and directed by Reed Carolyn and Channing Tatum. No spoilers, but the general idea of the film it's pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is basically a rescue dog. He's not a rescue dog. He's an army dog, and Channing Tatum's job is to bring him to this funeral for his previous owner. And if he does that, he can be re-enlisted onto the force, which is really all he wants right now because his life is kind of falling apart, and he just wants something to do that is helpful to himself and to others. So he agrees to take the dog on the journey. The problem is the dog does not like Channing Tatum because Channing Tatum does not like the dog, and so they have to learn to love each other in order to get along enough to bring him to the funeral. Now, I should start out with saying that there are no real surprises in this film at all. Like, it goes from where you think it's going to start to where you think it's going to end, and it does so tastefully, though. Like, it does take its time. It moves slow enough so you can kind of, get a feel for everything. But there are so many side points in this film that, not that they're unnecessary, but they just feel unnecessary. And it's a pretty short movie. I think it's like an hour and a half. It feels quite a bit longer than an hour and a half, and I wish that they had paced it out a little differently, because I'm not even sure if the pacing is the problem. I think there's just too much for how simple of a story it is. They tried to complex the story quite a bit. They made Channing Tatum have a daughter, which is only mentioned like twice. So if they really wanted to hammer that home, they should have hammered it home instead of just mentioning it here and there and hoping we understood. Because I understood, but it was frustrating that there was no real payoff for that. There's also the side plot where the dog runs away, but he does it like 3 times, and it gets really frustrating. But at the core of all of this is just a sweet dog movie, which is incredibly well directed and well written enough, at least. The writing is a little cheesy, but it is funny, and I do think that Channing Tatum probably riffed off of the script a few times. But this movie does show that Channing Tatum still has it. Like I never think of Channing Tatum as like the actor that is popular in my time, but it's true. Like in the early 2000s to now, he's been a huge actor. He's done so much stuff, and he's done a lot of stuff like dramatically too. Like he did Foxcatcher with Steve Carell, and I think that he's a really dynamic actor, and we don't use him a whole lot. But this movie is definitely a comedy. It is a comedic drama, and you get both sides from Channing Tatum, and it's really cool to see him go from, like, laughing and joking at the dog to laying on the bathroom floor, pissed drunk, having an anxiety attack. So I think it was really cool to kind of get that balance in there, and it worked pretty well, and I think it has to do with the directing as well. Both of them have never directed a movie. This is their first time. I don't know if they're going to partner up forever, because I know that Reed did write a lot of his movies, so I'm wondering if they're just going to partner up on everything from now on, which would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the directing is really good. It's solid. There's a lot of really cool, like, it's a simple direction. There's not a whole lot to it, but the things that pop out really are just the lighting. The lighting is really good in this film. Particularly, there's this one scene in a hotel room that I just like. I'm visually there all the time. Like, I just think it's so cool. I like, when I close my eyes, I still think about it. It's cool. It's a nice touch that honestly I wasn't expecting from this movie. But overall, it's a basic movie. There's nothing super special about it. It's just a dog movie. Which, granted, is what we need right now. It's a simple viewing. People are gonna like it no matter what. They're gonna be old, young. They're gonna love it. I like it too. It's just I realize how simple and almost juvenile it is, even though it tries so hard not to be. But it is doing pretty well at our movie theater. It's doing, I think, probably better than Uncharted, honestly. Maybe a little worse than Uncharted, but still pretty close. I think it will be pretty close in box office numbers as well. It'll be a pretty close race to number 1, but we'll see what it's like on Monday. But I'm going to go ahead and give Dog a B. Have you guys seen Dog? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it. I'm curious, because I don't know. I feel like it's impossible to hate this movie. It's got to be impossible. I don't know. It's good. It's a fine dog movie. I want to apologize for, like, why I'm sounding so, like, I just woke up having a little bit of allergies, but I need to get this video out before I go to work today, and I have to go to work early today, so I'm rushing a little bit, so I apologize. But please consider subscribing if you're interested in anything I had to say today. It helps me out a whole lot if you just subscribe, keeps the channel going, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.